Launch.
Go
All
live
right,
with the
my
cat.
friends. I don't think the cat is going to do our come alive.
I'll stand off to the side and say meow, 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 meow.
But happy Wednesday night, Shredder Nation. I am Heather Sika Leonard, filling in for our chief commander. The cat is going to do our okay, so maybe
I'll stand off to the side and say.
So there we go. All right, I think we're good. I think everybody is muted, so we're all set. So let's try that again. Welcome, welcome everybody to the Wednesday night come alive call. We are getting a little silly to start, and that makes me happy. Okay, somebody else is unmuted. There we go. Welcome everybody to the Wednesday night. What is going on, my friends? We are getting. Oh wait, is that me? That was my own live. Okay, I think we're finally good. All right, my friends. Are we good now? So our Captain Caveman is driving home and will be joining us shortly, but we do go live at 8 o'clock. So here I am substituting until he comes back. Welcome everybody. I'm so excited to be here tonight. Wednesday nights are my favorite night of the week because we go wide to share how far the ER shred is going and hearing stories of people coming alive. Before we get started tonight, I do want to acknowledge and congratulate once again our newest heart of the ER shred, Megan McIsaac. She was announced and joined our hearts community, named in honor of our original heart, Mimi Terrell. So congratulations, Megan. So excited to see you in that community. I also want to acknowledge that tomorrow night, 8 Eastern time, Bob Sibright is going to be having an introduction of our new 6-week training session around sharing the shred. So that live will be with Bob tomorrow night at 8 Eastern, 7 Central, whatever it is, 5 Pacific until we get there. So I am excited for that as well because we know what the power of the shred does, and we can't wait to just help more people share it forward. And I'm really excited around that. So kicking off tonight's call, I know we have Leslie, is it Mearns Myers, that is here with us tonight to share her story. Is she still with us? Or okay, there you are, honey. I'm going to ask you to unmute. All right. Are you good to unmute with us, Miss Leslie?
I did.
Awesome. There you are. Welcome, Leslie.
Thank you.
So before we get started, Captain Caveman's favorite question for everybody is, what are you passionate about?
I am passionate about traveling. And because I've been in the travel. And I think right now, my 2 favorite things to do are riverboat cruising in Europe. And Jamaica is my home away from home. So open up ER Shred in Jamaica.
Jamaica's your forever home. I mean, only if I can come visit.
Sure. No, I would never move there.
So who shared the ER shred with you?
Actually, you know, it's funny. I was trying to think of that a week or so ago. And somehow or another, Patricia shared it with me. And I really don't know like how we connected. Like I must have seen a post or she must have seen a post, but like how? I have no idea. I just, because I wasn't looking for that.
Mm-hmm.
So it didn't really mean anything to me at the time.
So were you using our partner company's products before?
I used them about a year ago, and I wasn't. I didn't do it well. And then I used them in 2017 and lost about 35 pounds.
Okay.
And of course, put it all back on because I stopped and put on a ton of weight during COVID, I think, like a lot of us. And so, when I heard about ER Shred, it just was like, wow, it sounds like the cleanse is so much easier. And I hated the cleanse. I hated it. And now, like, I can't wait because I've never cooked so much. I'm single, divorced, whatever you want to call it. And I get a lot of takeout and go out for dinner a lot. And so this is very, very unusual. And so I get very excited when cleanses are coming up because then I don't have to cook. And I haven't gone out for dinner yet, which is amazing, but I will.
Absolutely. And shredders do, because that's living life, right?
Oh yeah, I have to. Yeah.
So
definitely.
So you didn't enjoy cooking. Was it cooking for one? Was it dishes afterwards?
The whole thing.
It's just a chore in itself.
Been there, done that. It's like, ugh, I mean, I'm not saying I didn't do it. Actually, most recently, I would cook a lot and freeze some. So I have like my most favorite dish in the freezer, and I am not getting rid of it.
I don't blame you. So you tried Isagenix in the past, you had success, and then this lovely bug came into our life and just kind of shifted everybody, right?
I mean, I've always been addicted to sugar, but I'm telling you, like the past few months, it got really, really bad. I mean, I ate, it was one layer, it wasn't two, but I ate an entire cake in 2 days. That's a lot. Tons of sugar.
Yeah.
I just, I have a really, really good grocery store in my development. And every time I'd go in there, I'd get their 6-pack of sticky buns and put tons of butter on them, regular butter, and pop them in the microwave and, had a heyday.
Yeah.
And my weight had a heyday too.
It happens.
Terrible.
So you saw a post from Patricia, possibly in one of our Isagenix communities out there, right? Somehow you got connected to us and you came to the ER Shred. What was your first reaction, other than seeing steak I can handle? What were some of your other reactions as you started coming into the community and seeing things?
I didn't have any negativity really at all. I just thought I can do this. And I also thought this sounds pretty easy. And it really is. I've never cooked more bacon in my life. And but I cook a package at a time and I go through it pretty quick. But yeah, I mean, I was willing to give it a go because I had such success with Isagenix before.
Awesome.
And, so why not?
And so I'm happy to hear what you said, that you weren't scared of it. So you were not so indoctrinated with all of this stuff, that you were open to receiving it and having that open mind to try something that's not the conventional way. So I'm excited to hear that. So how was your first 11 days?
I thought it was good. Can I go backwards for a minute before I started?
Absolutely.
Because this is like really, really important to me.
Mm-hmm.
I have not been feeling well since March of 21. And I was actually in Jamaica and I came home early. I didn't feel well. I came home early. And long story short, went to several doctors, had a lot of tests done, and I have had AFib. And so my cardiologist did a ablation on me. I felt really good for 1 day. And I mean, I was so exhausted because I would get out of breath and my heart rate would go up. Well, when your heart rate goes up, you get very tired. And this happened a lot in one day. So, I mean, I couldn't go anywhere. I was pretty much apartment bound. My kids did all my errands for me. It was awful. And I lived this way probably, I mean, I was kind of off and on, and then in November, my daughter and I took a river cruise in Europe this past November, and I really, really got bad there. I mean, it was manageable, but I came home, and that's the other thing about, listening to and seeing everybody talking about having so much energy and this and that, because I didn't know what energy was for close to a year, if not more. And so that really, really, really got me into it, hearing not just about nutrition, about the way you feel. And so I thought, I need to feel this way. I need to try this. I need to do this. And so, I'm not sure exactly when I really came alive. Today, I felt crappy. Yesterday, I felt like $1 million. Now, I also found out, thanks to Mimi, that I ate a couple of things that I probably shouldn't have. Now, I ate cheddar cheese, but it was grass-fed. So I'm not sure about that one, and I also had scallops wrapped in bacon, but they were already prepared. They weren't cooked, of course, and they were from a fabulous supermarket. So, but guaranteed it wasn't our kind of bacon.
And you never know. Oops. Who else is unmuted? I think something else that's happening. Oh, did I see somebody arrive? Hey, Sean. I think something else to be mindful of. I know you're going to find your food blueprint, right? Because I know cheddar cheese, grass-fed or not, doesn't work for my body. Okay. But sometimes in those packaged foods, you never know what they put in there to have them packaged. So there may have been a seed oil with those scallops and bacon or something that could have triggered you. So I would definitely look into that. Or if the grocery store that you go to prepared it, I would ask, because you never know. I would go ahead and ask them, be like, hey, what's in your scallop, your bacon wrapped scallops?
Yeah, I mean, they looked totally clean. Right. Like nothing was in them. But I'm just not going to have them again. I mean, I can do them just as well.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
So it just was like, I saw them. It was like, something easy. But
easy doesn't always mean our body's going to agree with it, though. That's I think the lesson you learned, right?
Right.
And that's what it's about. So, it's the lessons we're learning on their way.
Yeah, well, it's good education.
Absolutely.
But so I don't know. Today is really the first day that I have felt pretty yucky and really, really tired. So I'm hoping that I start feeling better. And but I started the 11-day on January 31st. So I'm not far into it at all. And my sister, she was in Florida for the whole time I was doing the 11 days. And, I would talk to her all the time, and she would say, I can't believe how you sound. She said, is this for real? Are you faking it? I mean, she was like, every day I talked to her, she was like so shocked because she's been living with my illness. So and then yesterday, for the first time, I went back to the gym and I did 2 30-minute classes and felt fabulous. I have been working. I work from home. Last Monday, I think, was my first really good day. And I've been working anywhere from, it depends, I'm my own boss. So, but you know, some days are maybe 5 or 6 hours, but I had several days where I was really slammed and worked 8 to 10 hours. I have not done that well, COVID didn't help either because travel just, you know, travel went away. But I have not done that in months and months and months and months. And I know it's the UR shred. I have no doubt in my mind.
And isn't that amazing? 'Cause what I'm hearing is I don't think we've talked any scale victories at all. And that's totally good with me, because what I'm hearing is your energy coming up minus the last couple of days. And that could be stress, that could be something you ate, that could be anything.
Right.
But you also can't fake the authenticity in your voice, in your relationship with your sister. She's going to hear the truth. Like you can't fake that. And that is just such a powerful non-scale victory, that you're gaining life back. You're able to do your work. You're able to push through it. Yeah. So it's up to you if you want to share any of the scale victories that you had, but I am so proud and excited about your non-scale victories.
Absolutely. After the 11 days, I had lost 9 pounds, 27 inches. And it's funny because, you know, on the paper.
Whoa. Did you just say 27 inches?
Yes.
So wait. We're talking almost 3 inches off your body a day in 11 days.
Yeah. Well, here's what's funny. On day 5, you know, I have the sheet of paper here.
Yeah.
And on day 5, I measured, and it was, I think it was like 20 inches or 21. And I thought, that can't be. That just can't be. Or maybe, I think, no, it was 23 or 24. And so on day 12, no, day 8. I don't know. I'm confused. No, it was day 8 that I was like in the low 20s. And then on day 12, it was 27. And I really didn't believe that the time that I measured, and it was like 24. I didn't believe it, but I just didn't feel like doing it all over again. So I just let it go. And I was just too lazy. So then on day 12, when I saw, you know, when I did 27, I said, well, I guess the last time I did it, it was right. I don't know. But so the last couple of days I've been gaining, and, you know, not very happy about it. That could have been part of my problem today. But I know it will come off.
I got to talk. I'm bursting.
Oh, okay. Because I was going to interrupt that thought too.
Yeah, you go ahead. What were you going to say?
I was going to say, you shared with us that you had 2 8 to 10 hour work days this week that you have not been having recently.
Right.
That is stress, and that snowballs onto your body. So stop with the scale. Be mindful of your days, right? You also just did 2 workouts at the gym that you hadn't done. Your body's in this adjustment phase.
Okay.
So stay off the damn scale.
Heather, I don't even need to say anything. What's up? You're amazing.
Do we think too much alike, Sean?
You're amazing. It's like her body. She's like, I haven't worked out in forever, and I worked out yesterday. And I'm like, well, that's why you don't feel as good today. But I'm going to give you a pointer. You're going to feel even worse tomorrow. But
don't say that,
out.
Sean.
You will. You'll feel worse tomorrow, but do work out lightly. You have to. Whatever you do, work out tomorrow, because you need to break that crap up. A lot of that's just fibrinogen.
It's going to be tough. I'm turning blonde tomorrow.
Heather, go ahead. You're doing a great job.
No, those were just some of the observations. And again, I think something we're not mindful of, and I had a bit of a coming to Jesus moment with Jesse earlier this week, that the stress of our life is also impacting us. So we just have to give ourselves grace. Like you said, you were slammed and your workday went from a 5 or 6 hour workday to an 8 to 10 hour workday. That's a big difference, my friend.
Yeah.
That's absolutely a big
I
difference.
know, but I love it. And I'm so happy to be busy again.
Exactly. So accept that as part
Yeah.
of your journey, and your
Yeah.
body will catch up on the backside. Just let it be.
Look at
Live your
Sean
life,
grinning.
live your shredder lifestyle, right?
Yeah.
My brother from another mother. I mean, we share a lot of thoughts. I have a
Yeah.
feeling we talk too much, that we're on the same path.
Right.
And so that's why he knew he could call me and be like, "Are you on the call tonight? Can you cover me till I get home? We got you. Don't worry. We got this."
No, Sean, you're cracking me up.
Well, I just can't help, because this is what we do to ourselves. When I reached out to Leslie, Mimi had said, "I've got someone who really should share," and Mimi was kind of trying to give the gentle nudge to Leslie, and Leslie she just kind of said, "Well, I really, really want to, but I don't think I should." And
I didn't say
this is,
should.
you said something like that.
I said I don't feel like I'm ready.
Well, all I'm saying is you was beating yourself up today, and you're like, "I don't know that I'm worthy," right? Worthy to come on and share because I've gained a few pounds. How often do you get on that scale?
You don't want to know.
I do want to know, but you don't
Every
have
day.
to. Every day. All right.
And
So
Mimi
guys,
told me today I have to stay off the scale. But I saw something about people literally busting their scales. I
yeah.
can't do that.
Yeah, I'm gonna bust mine. I think that's gonna be like
Because the inches are much better.
they are. I
They
haven't
are.
weighed myself in January was a year, February.
Wow.
So I'm 13 months. I haven't weighed myself now.
And-
Oh my,
and
how can you
Leslie?
do that?
I want
Yes.
to throw out one more thing for you to look for, my friend, to help your mind. Look up the words toxic scale syndrome in the group. No, there's a lot of ideas around it, because I was you. I was you. Look up toxic scale syndrome. That's what you're suffering from right now, in my opinion.
Okay,
Yeah.
what just happened to my okay. I think my sister's on.
Oh wow.
So-
You mentioned her. That's cool.
Yeah.
May I share one thing about Leslie that I think is so wonderful?
Oh yeah.
Leslie resists a lot of things when she first hears it. And then within one sentence
True.
after that, she's like, "Oh, okay." Like, this lady is so coachable and so open and ready to learn that I see nothing but fabulous for her. For in all aspects, ER shred. So, and at first I'm like, "Oh my God, she's calling me again." And we've become really close friends in a short time, because we're able to just be open and honest. She's a true blue shredder, but like before she got here. So she's soaking everything up, and I'm really proud of you, Leslie. You're freaking
Thank you.
amazing.
I love you.
I can't wait till you're blonde. Oh, I told you I'd screenshot you in your
Tomorrow.
dark hair. All right. Yeah, man. Let me go.
Man. All right. Well, I love this. I love the I love the camaraderie. I love seeing relationships like that forge.
Mhm.
That's beautiful. That's really beautiful. Anything else you wanted to share, Leslie?
Yes, because you weren't here in the beginning,
Yeah.
but I wanted to thank you for asking me to speak.
Thank you. I was listening in the
Heather
car.
for stepping in, for Sean being late. I was like, "Oh my God, I can't believe he's late and I'm speaking."
It wasn't, it was actually late. It was a 4-hour drive that took me about 4 hours and 10 minutes. So it just it didn't work out. But you know what? I just want to thank you. I want to thank you for being brave. And we treat this as a rite of passage. So people that come on here and they open up like you have, there's a tremendous amount of growth there. And I hope you feel safe. And I hope that that everybody here, like, look at all these beautiful people.
Mhm.
Watch what I can do. I've got this cool thing. Ta-da. See, everybody clap. Everybody clap for Leslie. It's so fun.
Yeah, I do. Very, very comfortable.
Oh, I hope so. And I hope you keep showing up in the community. And
Oh, I will.
Yeah, because you've got, I think you have a lot to offer. And
Thank you.
then, you know, we can follow you as you go to Jamaica and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, thanks so much, Leslie.
Thanks, Sean. Thanks, Heather.
Heather did an
Thanks,
amazing
Mimi.
job.
Thanks.
Heather does an amazing job. I really don't need to be here because she does such an incredible job. Thank you, Heather. Thanks for being such a rock star and for always having our back. Like I called her at, I think it was
7:53. Not that
I'm
I
like,
was
are you
on
going to be
Friday.
on? Because I thought Crystal could bail me out, but Crystal was running kids everywhere. So there you have it. All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and move on to our next person. That was beautiful. Is Mary Sapp. Mary Sapp, are you out there? Heather, can you help mute? I don't think I think I lost control. There we go. Hi, Mary.
I'm here.
How you doing? That's cool. You got like the perfect lighting and then all black around you. That's a cool look.
I don't have all the lights on, just in front of me.
No, it looks good though. It's tough because I put my little light over here, but then oftentimes this side's light, this side's dark, as if I don't have deep-seated eyes enough. You know, it's like. So
Then you don't
tell
have to
me.
see my dirty house.
Oh, that's good. So where are you calling from?
Minnesota.
Minnesota. Cool. Who shared ER Shred with you?
You know, I don't exactly know. I'm in a number of different Facebook Isagenix groups, and I had seen something pop up about ER Shred, and so I went online and started investigating. And
Yeah, I liked
decided
what
I needed
Heather.
to
I
give it a
liked what
try.
Heather did there with Leslie. Like how long ago did you? How long ago was it that you got involved in Isagenix?
2015, I think.
Okay. All right. Cool. So you must have
Yep.
you kind of fell upon ER Shred.
Yep.
And like, what was your story? What made you look at it? What drew you in?
Well, I started in August. I turned 60, and we're looking at retiring in a couple years. And I spent the last 5 or 6 years caring for my aging parents.
Oh, good for you. That's amazing.
Yeah,
Good for you.
we moved in with them and took care of them, and now they've both passed, and cleaning out the estate, and
Oh yeah.
now cleaning out the house. And
This is an emotional time for you. I know.
yeah, a lot of stress and everything else.
And then
But I
and
just
then as you go through everything, it brings up all the emotions. I understand. One of my dear friends, I was talking to her 3-4 hours a day while she was going through all of her parents' things.
Yeah. And so I decided it's time to take care of me.
Mm-hmm. You, real quick, what is your passion?
And so the year popped into my life, and here I am.
Mary, what is your, did I ask you, what is your, I didn't ask you, what is your passion?
I guess I gotta say helping people.
Yeah.
As one, and then the other is travel. Since when we retire, we're gonna full-time RV.
Oh, you're going to do that.
travel.
Oh, that is so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. That sounds like fun.
Yeah.
So what, you said, I'm going to do something for me. And when was that?
that was in August.
Okay.
When
That was
I-
August.
Yep, when I saw the ER Shred and decided it's time. You know, I'm aging and I want to be able to stay fit and active, you know, for when we retire, so that, you know, I can enjoy it. And
Sure. So give me an idea what unfolded from August. What happened in August? How's that? What happened in August initially?
well, I did my first shred. I lost, I don't know how much I lost, not a lot initially, maybe 6-8 pounds
Mm-hmm.
and a few inches here and there.
Mhm.
and but enough to keep me motivated. I felt so much better. I was sick of feeling bloated all the time. You know, my waist.
Did it take down the bloat?
Definitely. Yep. Didn't take
How-
long.
Didn't take long. For me, it was 5
Mm-mm.
days. 5 days, I had no bloat.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And you know, if I run into a time where I'm, you know, not being so good,
Yeah.
I do a couple shred day or cleanse days,
Right.
and there goes the bloat.
Does the bone broth help on those? Do you use
Yes.
yeah. Satiates.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Cleanse days are much easier on this program than what I ever had just with Isagenix because of the bone broth.
Gotcha. Yep. Completely. So tell me this, did you notice that moment? I have a feeling that, have you been shredding on an ongoing basis with us since August?
Pretty much.
Okay. So most likely your whole life, were you a carbaholic? Were you stuffing carbs every day?
Very much so.
Yeah.
Very much so.
And you know, it's like I'm psychic, right? But really I could say that to most anybody, and the
Right.
answers are always the same. Most people have never been fat fueled. Did you ever notice that moment? I know Leslie noticed it, because I heard Leslie doing her come alive thing. Did you guys hear it? When Leslie was like, oh my gosh, like, I'm just so excited to get so much done. That's that come alive thing. Have you ever had that experience?
I did. It was about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6 days into it.
Okay.
And I just felt like I had more energy and was able to do more. And I'm hoping, you know, once we get the house stuff taken care of and get rid of some of that stress, that it'll be more so.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, you've been through a lot. I can't believe that you're doing this call, even with everything you've been going through. How long ago was that?
Was
The
what?
passing.
My mom in 2016 and my dad Halloween of 2020.
Yeah.
And then a year working with the estate. And
I hear you
Yeah.
on that. Have you noticed anything in terms of emotional health and how you feel, and how you're able to handle stress, things like this? Have you noticed anything around any of that?
yes, better. I
Okay.
can handle it better. I feel better. It helps that I feel better about myself.
Yeah.
More energy, and you know, look in the mirror. I'm pleased to look in the mirror.
Are you? So have you figured out how much you've transformed since August altogether now?
Yep.
And do you mind
So-
sharing?
No, that's fine. So 30 to 35 pounds.
Wow.
And then I haven't measured since we went on vacation
Yeah.
the first 10 days of February to an all-inclusive. So I haven't measured myself since I got back yet. But when I measured myself in the end of January, I had lost, let's see, I can give you a total, but I don't know, it's including a whole bunch of stuff. So
Right.
waist, abdomen, hips, all about 7 inches. Chest 5, diaphragm.
Does that mean
5.
you've lost 7 inches off your waist?
Mhm.
Oh my God.
Mhm.
Is that right?
Yep.
That's incredible. That is unbelievable. You should be so proud of yourself. I hope you are.
I am.
I mean, you're a real life hero. You know, anybody that does this, they're just basically saying, enough. I take back control. This is my life. This is my story. I'm the lead actor. I take control. This is, I'm going to make this what I want it to be. So you're a hero. What else? What other inches were on there? What's the total inches?
Well, the total inches are 46, but that includes both arms and both legs and both calves and
Yeah.
everything else. So,
Oh my heavens.
yeah.
You must
So-
feel like a completely different person.
I kind of do.
I bet you do. I bet you do. And I bet has everybody been noticing?
Yeah, so my big non-scale victory, as you know, was in the middle of January. We spend time in the summertime we have a bunch of boater friends. I don't see them other than in the summertime. Well, we had a boaters bash in January and all got together, and a lot of compliments, a lot of surprised looks. Second I walked in the door, it's like, oh, Mary. So that was huge. That was huge.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Well, you deserve it. You deserve to be celebrated. That's what I think.
Yep.
Is there anything else that you would like to share about your experience or any words of encouragement for people that are embarking upon this? Any other non-scale victories? Anything at all that comes to mind?
And I guess the big thing is just stick with it. So, as I said, I went on vacation. I went to a all-inclusive. You eat what they've got there. And I just decided I'm on vacation. I'm going to enjoy myself. I didn't go all crazy, but I had things that I wouldn't normally have.
Right.
So now I'm recovering from that.
Yeah. What does that look like? Tell everybody, what does that look like? Recovering from that. Go ahead. You say.
So my sugar carb cravings, that monster came back.
Yep.
So I'm trying to beat it up. I had some events after we got back from vacation. So, dinner events and things. So now I'm finally hitting this week. I'm not doing a full shred, but I'm cleansing and working towards ready for the shred that starts on Sunday.
Oh, good. You're going to start with our Lucky You shred. That's fun.
That's right.
Lucky
that. You and 22.
Yeah, that was Heather did that.
The biggest takeaway is if you get off track, it's easy to get back on track. You just do a shred and keep it going.
Yeah. And can I say no shame?
Yes, absolutely.
And no guilt.
Yep.
Right? No shame, no guilt. That's, it's important.
I did what I did knowing what I was doing. So,
but even if you hadn't, let's go there. Even if you hadn't, even if you just, you are like this purist and you're perfect, and suddenly you end up at an all-inclusive and you dive into the dessert bar, still, I'm just saying, like, if we can all get to a space of no shame and no guilt, the stress from shame and guilt is a culprit.
Right.
We eat it. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So what other culprits have you discovered for you? Do you know of any?
As far as foods?
Yeah.
I haven't, I've kind of been afraid to really start adding stuff back in. I've added in a few things that have worked well. I've had other times where I've been at a get together and I've eaten things that have been culprits, but it wasn't just one thing. It was potentially some multiple things. So
I understand.
Yeah. So I need to get back on track with following the protocol as far as adding things back in.
Yeah.
Waiting a couple days, and then trying something different.
I've
not been real good at that.
What's cool is like my daughter Lily is 16 years old, and she was eating this one thing, and then I didn't mean anything by it. I try to stay out of what she eats, but she's an ER shredder, and I said, "Oh, Lily, just so you know, that has," and I think I said it had some gluten or something in it, and then she goes, "Well, Yeah, but that's okay because I have no ill effect. Isn't that cool?
Mhm.
That's so cool.
Yep.
Well, you know what? I just want to thank you for coming on. I know you're having a very stressful time right now. I want everybody to clap for you too, because I just want for you to receive that.
Thank you.
Everybody that's live, thank you so much. You're amazing. I just want to reiterate your result. You know, it's kind of funny to me because I'm kind of having this this altruistic reality experience because your result is mind-boggling and you just seem very humble about it. You're just like, yeah, it's okay. It's
I'm not there yet. I'm still a work in progress, but I appreciate the progress I've made.
you know what? Just like I said in one of my videos recently, you'll never arrive there in terms of money, like fulfillment, joy. It's not a destination relative to money. And it's the same thing with how we feel about ourselves, self-love. That's going pretty deep, but it's not a destination. You know, you can be so proud of yourself right now and love yourself and feel like you have absolute worth and don't diminish that, you know, don't diminish your worth by looking towards the future. Does that make sense? Like
Yep.
when you
Yep.
say I'm not a finished product yet, I would argue yes you are. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah, that's good stuff. Well, thank you so much. You're awesome.
Thank you.
All right, you guys. Let's move on to Marcole Young. Are you out there, Marcole?
There we go.
Hey
Did I do
there.
it?
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. It's good to have you. Thanks for pinch hitting for us.
Yes. Thank
You're
you
awesome.
for volunteering me. Sorry. It was totally fine. I was just like, oh gosh, this morning I took the kids to school and threw this on top of my head. And then we went to the gym and then came back and I was just working on stuff. And then I was like, oh, I should probably shower. Okay. So
Well, that's my life too. But you look all put together,
thank
so
you.
don't worry about a thing.
Thanks.
Just so that everyone that's new can get to know you, where are you calling from?
Husband and I were both born and raised in Oregon, and we recently relocated to just outside of Phoenix, Arizona.
Phoenix. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That's good. That's a nice place to live this time of year. You're lucky.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's absolutely beautiful here. Jason and I were just talking about it this morning that we had all the windows open and we had music on and we were just working around the house and it's nice.
Yeah. Bob Siv writes he's in Chicago, so sometimes I'll send him videos or pictures. I'll be outside, like it's beautiful, it's sunny, and then he's like, "You're such a jerk." It's like,
Yeah.
it's like
Actually-
negative.
Hey, I gotta cut in really quick. Actually, she didn't tell you. We were laying on the back patio, sunny today. We were working around the house.
You were nude?
We were laying in the sun.
No.
Nude.
No.
Is that what he said?
No.
Almost.
The
Almost.
full Monty.
I was in my boxer brief. Yeah. Sunning the perineum or something.
Anyway.
I have endowed Jason as our ER shred.
The
Comedy.
perineum. That's what it is. The
Comedian.
parent. Okay, I'm done. Sorry.
Just mute him.
Yeah, shut him up. If this is your thing, like he can't just
After 25 years, I am so used to it. It's all good.
Okay, so what is your passion?
Anything craft related. My kids. So
Oh, cool.
I love redoing furniture. I love crafting of any sort.
Very cool. Yeah. Okay, that's good. Just so that everybody knows what you're into, because every now and then you find a connection, and it's just fun that way.
Yeah.
So, and then also, who shared ER Shred with you guys? Do you remember?
I think it was you.
Mm.
I'm remembering correctly. Is that right, Jason?
Okay.
Yes.
I think I'm remembering now because Jason said he'd seen me on video or something like that. Okay, that's cool. Okay. And
Yeah.
now how long have you been shredding with us?
Well, we've been with Isagenix for 14 years.
Yeah.
And then, so Jason has done the ER shred longer than I have. He did it a little bit before his brain surgery and then big time after his brain surgery. And I was struggling a little bit with the cleanses. I'm kind of like, when I don't eat, my claws come out.
Right.
And so I hadn't done a full one. And then was beginning of October, I did my first perfect ER shred with Jason.
Yeah.
And the bone broth helped a ton. And in those first 11 days, I lost 15 pounds.
Wow. Okay. Very cool. Very cool. And what
So it was
did you
October of this year.
October? And do you remember any other non-scale victories that you realized during that time?
Will you talk about your come alive?
Yeah.
And I think it really was at the end of that first perfect.
What did it feel like? What were the emotions or the feelings?
I don't like food. I
Mhm.
don't like to cook. I don't like any of the process of it. So it felt very freeing to me. It was very simple and very freeing to not have food control. And that was a big one for me. And then sleep has been a big one for me as well.
Can I go back? Are you talking about the control around cravings, or are you talking about are you talking like literally you don't like to eat a lot? What do you mean?
I don't like to plan it. I don't like to cook it. I don't like, my dad's a chef.
Okay, so
and
you
I
just
can't
totally,
stand it.
you're like me. You loved how simple this was.
Yes.
Okay. Yep, I get it. And simple, it's kind of cool that it's also like the most nutrient dense thing you can do.
Yeah.
And it's also simple. So it's like total win-win.
Yeah.
So now, in that come alive moment that you had, did you get emotional? I did.
I'm emotional anyway. I'm just Jason's raising his eyebrows. Yeah, I am.
I remember having like I'm not trying to lead you along. I just remember I had this feeling of I've never felt this good in my life. This is unreal.
Yeah.
This is nuts.
It was, so I'll step back just a little bit. Most people don't know. So if anyone's heard of the word gastroschisis, I was actually born with my intestines outside of my body. So I have had 23 surgeries directly related to my abdomen and my stomach.
Oh my God, Marcole.
Yeah. So all growing up, I was told, don't eat meat, don't eat meat, don't eat meat, especially don't eat rare meat. If you're going to eat it, cook it big time, but just don't, I should stay away from it. And so I have actually, Jason, quit crying. So I told you I'm emotional. So in having all those surgeries and having my scar tissue and issues, I've had 2 bowel obstructions, one of which hospitalized me, eating the traditional way that they've always told me, eat roughage and eat, a certain way and don't eat meat.
Yeah.
And so I've had huge stomach issues my whole life because of all of that scarring. It actually caused huge infertility issues as well. So our children are miracles. That's a whole another topic. But so eating this way has really, I haven't had any stomach issues. I don't get backed up. I don't, this is probably TMI, but I guess, it's just part of it. My bowel movements are less because I'm eating so healthy, but they're good ones. I don't have any issues at all.
Yeah. You know what? There's this false thing, Marcole. Thanks for bringing it up. People, they got it in their head that when you eat meat, it like stays in your stomach and putrefies. Yeah. That is such bullshit. when you eat meat, your body, if you eat it with animal fats and you don't add in starches and carbs, your body knows exactly what to do with it, and it uses up almost every little bit. That's the only reason you're not having bigger bowel movements. And the reason I know is because when I eat only meat and animal fats, I'm never distended. Like
Yeah. Yeah. And that was something I dealt with because my scar is literally a foot long. Like it runs my entire length of my stomach. And it attached all of my scar tissue, literally attaches to all my organs. My feet, where my feeding tube was, it actually connects under my rib cage. And they've gone in twice now and had to clean that out because it's painful. And so I've always had tummy issues and felt bloated and just pain and gassy and just really like you can put your head on my stomach at any point and hear just it's like you know, as things are moving through, and it's just not doing that anymore. It still talks. I still hear it, but it's not near what it was. And I don't have the painful, you know, trying to get a bunch of crap through my stomach that I used to.
Totally. Yeah, I relate on so many levels. You know, I've had some very serious, lots of gastrointestinal issues. Of course, yours are far more significant than mine, but I can relate on many levels, you know, with what you're saying. Do you mind if I show off what you guys have shared with us all here? Everybody, just have a look at, let me see if I can get it really, hold on, really close. Take a look. Does that look pretty good right there? I think it does.
Yep.
Look at these two.
Thank you.
ER shredders. Look at I mean, it's just unbelievable. Somehow, some way, you guys both like became better looking too.
Yeah. I think I will just.
And I'm just saying, like, I'm not talking about the physique. Like, that's not even what I mean. But just look at the light and the confidence, and it's you guys.
Yeah, it's been.
Have you found yourself more outgoing?
I think so.
Yeah,
I think
more
so.
confident, more
confidence.
surety.
Well, we went to Mexico in October, and talking about my scar, I've never worn a two-piece swimsuit in my entire life. Yeah. And in Mexico, I wore a bikini. So, and it was amazing. I mean, sure, I have gone from a size 14 down to, I am now I just put on a pair of pants yesterday and showed Jason, and they're 5s. So, but it wasn't just the size, it was just my confidence too. That I felt really good. And
have you always been so vulnerable? I want to know. I find that the longer I ER shred, I don't know what it is, the way, I think I'm going to let Susan define that in just a second, but I find myself opening up more. I find myself, it's like the awareness has spilled over into other parts of my life, and I find myself becoming more real and more vulnerable. And you know what? The reason that I love it is because it seems like people like me, the more real I am.
Yeah.
And so, like, as that opens up, you just want more of it. You're like, why does it seem like everybody? It's a phenomenon. It really is a phenomenon. You start to feel like, wow, like I never felt like people like me like this. This feels good.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I think when you feel good about yourself, it kind of opens up, you know, reaching out to others, and it's a good feeling. It's
the spillover. It's beautiful. And with that said, I want to open it up to Susan Rothman, and what I want her to do, because we're at the top of the hour here, I want Susan to just talk about anything she heard tonight. And then I'd like for her to also, just as our head of our health professional board, share a message with you all. And then she'll turn it over to Jesse, our nutrition coach, and he will close us out with the motivational message. Susan is a holistic nurse and just a dear friend of mine that I can't even begin to tell you how much I love you, Susan. And so you out there?
Yeah, I feel the same way, Sean, about you. You know that. Yeah, you know, these calls are just so moving, but tonight, you know, was really, really special. And because what I'm hearing from from Leslie and from Marcole, you're starting to butt up against belief systems. And Leslie, you know, you're so cute because it's just like Mimi said, because once you hear it, it's like you got to make your own decision and then you go in that direction. And you're doing it. And just so you know, the thing we talked about today, once we get that resolved, things are going to change even more. So have faith in that. And Mary, you know, when you said, you know, that you are proud of yourself, I really felt that for you. And what a wonderful thing going through what you went through and then making that decision consciously that it's me time. And then I just want to say something briefly to Marcole, you know, with what you've been through, and I don't know, it gets me emotional, but everything that's happened to you, it's like you probably you didn't have the ability to tap into your gut instincts, your gut feelings. You know, you're on this track, and now I wonder if that's what's happening for you, where you're trusting yourself more, you feel more comfortable in your own skin. And I would imagine that that vulnerability opens up from there because, you know, that's how we hear that expression all the time, right? Gut instincts and all of that. I don't know if that resonates with you, but I felt moved to say it to you. And then, you know, we're moving into a new thing with the elimination reset, right? We're moving out. And so for me, I see the more expansive part of this. And each one of you, weight was the last thing you spoke about. We had to ask. It doesn't even come up, which is a beautiful thing. And then I offer to you, you know, like Mary, when you said you indulged, you know, part of this was tearing down those belief systems that there is good and bad about food because we've made ourselves poison for so many years. So we come in here and we're eliminating all that stuff. And our body, you know, we eliminate all food culprits. We make it really, really simple. And then our bodies get to dance. They get to, you know, cellular energy comes up. That is all inclusive. That's from your toes to your brain. And that's what we're seeing in this community. People rising up. And then what happens is you start noticing things. I mean, on my walk, colors are brighter. I notice trees that I didn't notice before. And so I encourage you all to tap into that because your spirit goes with all of this. It dances with this. And the other thing I want to say, and I think Sean, I heard you say it about the reset days. I don't like cleanse days anymore, you know, because that's not really what's happening. What we're doing is flooding the body with nutrients. Your body is the miracle. And so we're resetting the body. So as we move through this, you know, there are things happening in this community that we can't explain just from, you know, and Marcole is a great example when we talk, well, are we healing the gut? I don't know, but she's got a pretty good testimony over there, right? And then Sean, can I say something about intuitive eating? This is my new thing. So I've got this book right here from 2000, Conscious Eating, right? I don't encourage anyone to get it. I don't think I've ever read the whole book, but let me just tell you something because they're jumping on this and they're hyping it, conscious eating. So I'll bet everyone on this call knows you don't need anyone to tell you about how to be conscious eating. We are doing that and it is innate and your body is going to lead you to that. And so what happens as ER shredders, we get to step back from all this nonsense and not, you know, get caught up with the next shiny object or the next trend, right? We're doing this in such a simple and sustainable way. And yeah, that's that, you know, so I've been seeing all this ads for intuitive eating and I'm like, are you kidding me? And these poor people, because we've been so marketed and so confused about food, and maybe everything we think about food is wrong and how we nourish ourselves. And, you know, I think Marcole really highlights that, you know, just because of what she's been through is now, and I don't know if it's the first time in your life, but you're actually nourishing yourself because it feels good, right? So that's me. And then I know Jesse has plenty to say too.
You out there, Jesse?
There he is.
What do you say after that? I mean, damn, Susan. Oof. Yeah, I just want to say congratulations, honestly, to everybody. And just to keep encouraging you that it's literally only the beginning. You know, I say it all the time, but Susan and I are giddy every day. Sean and I are giddy every day. I'm sending them new research. I'm sending them different things. I'm like, holy shit, look what just happened. Like, oh my God, I went to the woods and I don't know, felt like I walked on clouds. It was the craziest experience ever. And it's, you know, it's just layers after layers after layers. So I just want to really encourage you to not stop. I want to encourage you to keep going. I want to encourage you, you know, Sean, what you said about there is no end point is the most beautiful thing, because I'm realizing that too. You know what I mean? Like, I started my journey 20 plus years ago thinking the end sight was looking like the guy on the cover of a freaking magazine. How stupid. Like, how shallow. And now I'm realizing it's just such this beautiful thing. So your health is your greatest wealth. We've been screaming that from day one. Everybody deserves to feel freaking amazing. Everybody deserves to keep being their own best detective. Everybody deserves to come alive and share it with other people, because other people deserve it. You know, there's still so much out there, and I'm just so proud of everything that everybody's done, the courage that everybody has to step up, and what we're doing together as a group. So let's just keep chugging.
All right, Jesse, man, you've got that vibe going on. You dog, you dirty dog. I need to go get in the mountains and throw my phone away for however long. And
Yes.
Dude, yeah.
Yeah.
Probably now, you know, I want to respect the time. That's another call. But man, I'll tell you, giving up social media for a week was one of the biggest blessings I've ever given myself. And I'm literally ashamed to admit how addicted I am to it. And it's funny, you know, when I tap in, it leads back to, I have a very addictive personality in everything I do. I'm a freaking ultra marathon runner. I pay money to go run 100 miles and be tortured in the middle of nowhere. You know what I mean? Like, I need to, like, I have addictive things that I fall into, and it's just crazy to keep peeling back those layers. And I'll tell you, you know, I struggled with my health many, many years ago, and I've had courses along the way. And that's why we say, like, keep digging. Like, there is no end. There is no nothing. I felt like you didn't fall off the wagon. You live life. Like, you're a human being. You know what I mean? Like, you're being targeted by billions of freaking dollars worth of nonsense. Like, if you could understand all this on the back end, which in time maybe you will, it's not relevant if you don't want to. Just keep digging. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to keep plugging that message because it's so important, and you'll keep shedding layers of your life. Like, I keep shedding this. It's like dead, like a freaking snake. You know what I mean, Sean? Like, I'm peeling myself up purposely against a rock and just stripping it and just letting it go.
Yeah. I like that.
And just, yeah, you know, and it's like, you always hear, it's like, you know, every day is a new chance to wake up and do it again. Right. And it's like, okay, that makes so much sense. Well, why is it so flipping hard to do that? You know? And I think that the health is the fun. I mean, we say come alive. Like, I think that our foundation is our health, right? Like, without that, we're nothing. I mean, let's be real. Like, without our health, we really don't have anything. It fuels everything. And then as you get that, you know, we've seen this from people like Mimi and Beautiful Souls, like, I mean, everybody, right? There's so many to name of the longevity in it, and you just keep peeling back and getting better. It's not about a number. It's not about up and down. It's not about 2 flipping pounds here and there. That's programming and marketing that you've been brainwashed to believe. You know what I mean? Like, this is not about that. This is so much bigger. This is just, it starts to be pure joy. And it doesn't mean life's, you know, I fight with my wife still. Shit, like, we got a baby. Like, it's the reality. You know what I mean? Like, I struggle with work. I get mad at my dad. Like,
There's
I say the wrong
stressors,
things.
for sure.
Like, yeah, man. But this is why you keep peeling it back, is because you can deal with it. You know what I mean? You're at 100%, so you can keep dishing out. And I think everybody deserves that. So that's what that's my bigger thing, you know? I think we're all starting to really appreciate and feel that. Like, yeah, it's a health protocol, 11 days, but good golly. If that's all you think, we can't be friends. That's all I got to say tonight.
All right, brother. I love you,
Talk
brother.
about-
Thank you. I see you.
Okay, too, man.
Oh, Susan's got something. You there, Susan?
I was just going to say, talk about getting more than what you paid for.
Beautiful.
Hey,
Beautiful.
can I interject for just a second?
Hey,
before
Jason.
we
Yes,
go
Jason.
out? Hey, so I just want to take it back to Marcole really quick because you know, we touched on her gut, but I'd like her to stand up and show everyone what true gut health means. And if she will, Marcole, please, could you stand up and show everybody what it is to have gut problems? Can you do that?
I don't know if I'm tall enough.
So that's what it looks like after 23 surgeries. When your guts are twisted, you know, when I massage my stomach, my gut to get my bowels moving, I go in a clockwise motion. Mark Hole goes every which way, right? Because our guts are twisted up to begin with, but she has adhesions that caused us to go spend $35,000 to get my daughter here because her gut is so twisted up. And so if anyone if anyone ever says to you they have gut problems, and will this help?
Miracle.
Yeah. So anyway,
Beautiful.
sorry.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you, Marcole.
Of course.
The most beautiful, I got to tell you, this is all we talked about today. Me, Bob, Susan, Lenny, and Heather. We were all in this board chat, and it was all about how, oh God, let me put this into words. Like vulnerability is the highest form of honesty, and therefore it's like the highest form of courage. I just have such mad respect for people who want to take their own personal experience and help others. I know how that feels, and I know where you're coming from. I know where this is born of, and I have such respect for you guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Wow, that was beautiful. Oh. Let's just feel that for a minute. Oh God, that was beautiful. Thank you. What a beautiful couple. All right, you guys, we're going to call it a night. Thank you so much for being on. Feel free to unmute and say good night.
Good night, everyone.
Thanks, guys. Great call.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Good
Good
night,
night.
everybody. Incredible.
Absolutely wonderful.
Thank you so much.
Good night, Teddy Shredder.